Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, I am so happy to have you here. I hope you like, I hope you share, I hope you subscribe, and I hope that you stick around. We do amazing things on this channel, okay? And if you are coming back, then welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here. The only reason I'm here really is because you keep coming back, so thank you for coming back. I hope you share this video with your friends and your loved ones. I think they will enjoy it. So let's get into it. So today we're going to be talking about overthinking. Imagine my shock when I discovered that I am an overthinker. I did not even know that what I did was overthinking. I don't know what I thought it was, but I realized that I am a very big overthinker, and this video is me telling you the steps that I'm taking. I'm saying I'm taking because it's a work in progress to stop overthinking and let things just be. So for me, I'm a planner. I plan everything. Do you get? I have lists for everything. I have to-do lists. I plan things months ahead. I plan out scenario A, B, C, D. I have spreadsheets for everything. I do budgets. I plan, okay? Never to be caught slacking. I plan out everything to the last detail. And it's a great thing. I still do it. It's not something I'm going to stop doing. But I just thought that was just me being a super organized person. I, however, discovered that it's also a bit of overthinking because I just worry about things endlessly ahead of time before I need to. And I just keep thinking about things. And as you can imagine, it gave me a lot of anxiety. Anxiety is already something that I sort of struggle with, you know. So overthinking in that way was just making an already hard life even harder. And so I decided to try to do things differently and to take steps to allow me to be better and to live a more chill life, if you will. And as usual, I have some of those things on my phone, and I'm just going to be walking you through some of the things that I'm doing or I'm learning to allow me to stop being such an overthinker, an overplanner, over doing things over. So first of all, the first one is no one really knows you. And this one I think is not so much my problem because a lot of my overthinking has to do with things and situations and scenarios than it has to do with people per se. You know, I know for some people, like, overthinking for you might be in terms of, you know, people and wondering what they think, what they will say, how they feel, you know. But that is when it comes to overthinking, for me, it's not so much that. For me, my overthinking is usually around the future and scenarios and how to optimize to get the best outcomes. But sometimes this aspect plays in, and what has helped me is by actually realizing that no one really knows you. So people have their opinions of you, people have their perceptions of you based on their experiences of you, and you would find that those perceptions differ person to person based on, you know, the time in your life that they met you, where you were at when they knew you, the things that you said, the conversations that were being had, what you didn't say, how you reacted, you know. And so because of that, everyone really has a different opinion. And if you bring 10 people into a room and ask them to talk about you or say something about you, chances are they're all going to say very different things. So if no one really knows you, then maybe you don't really need to overthink on those perceptions of people when you realize that it's all very fluid and it changes. It's not stagnant. It's not really the truth of who you are. It's just maybe a part of who you are or a fragment of who you are, but not quite you, right? Also, let me just give a disclaimer. There's a lot of cars going by and it might be a bit noisy, so I apologize if that is the case. The second thing that I want to point out is that you should learn to voice your thoughts. A lot of times we overthink because we're not using our voice. You're not asking questions, you're not saying what you think, you're not giving context to anything, and everything is happening in your head, you know. So if you're in a relationship, for example, and you're overthinking a lot in the relationship, it's because you are being very hypothetical and you're doing a lot of assuming. Ask questions, use your voice, voice out your thoughts, you know. Hi, I think this is how I'm feeling, and allow people to clarify, and allow people to give you context, and allow people to set the record straight where you have it wrong, you know, as opposed to sitting down and thinking up all these grand scenarios that most likely don't even really exist or have any truth to them. Just ask, just say what it is that you feel, say what it is that you're thinking, and allow them to say, oh no, it's not really like that, or you know what, it is like that, and then you can deal with it, as opposed to just having these things in your mind and overthinking and overthinking and overthinking. You have a voice, use it. You have a voice, use it. Also, people are not mind readers, so you might be overthinking because, oh, but they should have known, you know, or why did they do that, they should have known. But then you come to find out that, well, you never really communicated that, you never really told them how you felt or what you thought, and so how were they to know? So use your voice for the avoidance of doubt. Someone said to me many years ago that what's the way they said it, assumption is the lowest form of knowledge, or something along those lines. And I think it's true, you know. You're assuming all these things, and in your mind you know, but in reality you're just assuming, and you haven't really asked, you haven't really said anything, you haven't really gotten the correct information, so it's all in your head, and it allows you room to just allow your thoughts to grow and run wild, and you're just overthinking when really you don't need to be doing all that. Another thing is the triggers, you know. Learn the triggers. What are the things that happen that put you in a place where you are overthinking and running wild in your mind? What are those things? When you find them, then you can set boundaries in place, or set structures in place that allow you to say, what really is happening here, so that you don't have to go ahead and overthink. So I'll use the relationship scenario again. Say, for example, your partner does a certain thing, or, you know, is coming home late, and that is leading you to overthink and start to, you know, wonder, is he cheating on me? You know, is he seeing someone else? Is there all of those things? Just ask, you know, try and understand why it is that they're coming home late. It might be that they're busy with work, it might be that their schedules have changed, you know, it might be that there's a project, it might be anything. It might also be that they're cheating on you. But if you don't ask, you won't know. If you don't try to get concrete information, then it's all assumption and you're overthinking, and that is not helpful or beneficial to you in any way. So what are the triggers? What are the things that happen that get you in that sort of frame of mind where you're starting to overthink a lot and your thoughts are running wild? Take note of the triggers and be alert to the triggers, so that when things like that start to happen, you can sort of rein yourself in and pull yourself in and be like, okay, let's take a breather, re-strategize, and do something different this time around. Another one is facts. Again, and I think this one goes to the knowing your triggers and also voicing out your thoughts. Facts over feelings many times, okay? Many times we're overthinking and everything is actually just happening in your head. But if you're sitting in your head, then the lines get blurred between what is real and what is not real. So find the facts. What is true, you know? What exactly is happening? Not what's happening in your head, not what you think is happening, not what you think will happen, but what is actually happening. What is the truth of the situation? And then with that, you can sieve through the thoughts in your mind and be like, okay, this one is not really happening, this one is not really true. This is a bit of a stretch. It's unlikely that this will happen. I know the truth now, and I can move from a place where I'm operating based on facts and real information, as opposed to what is just going on in my head. Another one is to ask for help. Instead of overthinking so much, ask for help. Where can you get support? If it's something to do with the future or some changes that are happening in your life, how can you seek help? If everything is becoming overwhelming and you don't think you can do it by yourself, who are the people in your life that can help you? How can they help you? If it's with finances, if it's with around planning, if you, let's say you need to move somewhere, but you have a lot of stuff where you currently are and you can't go with them to where you're going, and so now you're overthinking around finances and logistics and all of that, and you're just going on and on and on in your head, and you can't seem to find a way where this works. Try asking for help. Does someone know a storage space you can keep your luggage or your stuff? Does someone have a spare room in their house that they can let you keep your stuff? Instead of sitting in your head all the time and just thinking and thinking and thinking, ask for help. Share the problem with people. See what they think. See what they have to say. How can they be of service to you? Oftentimes and not, you will find that people actually want to help you and they're willing to help you. But if you're sitting in your head and you're not actually using your voice, looking for facts and asking for help, then you will never get that help and everything will just keep going crazy in your mind. Another one is that life works. I like this one. Life works. Many times we're in our head a lot, right? And we just think, oh my God, life does not work. Things are bad. Everything is going to shit. Nothing good can come out of this situation. But the truth is, life works. Life works. It works for people. It works every day. It works. So instead of being in your head, sometimes just allow things to be what they are and what they're supposed to be. Things will work out as they should. Just let go of the reins a little. And I know it can be scary, especially if you're the type of person that hates uncertainty. As me, I do not like uncertainty at all. I like to know what is being done. I like to know what we're doing. Where are we going? What time are we doing that? Do why are we doing it? If we do it, what is going to happen? When that happens, what are we going to do next? But sometimes you don't have the luxury of knowing all of that and being able to plan ahead. And sometimes you will plan, but things will change. But you just have to come to a place where you make peace with the fact that life works and life will work, and you can just allow things to be and see. Just let the chips fall where they will. Allow the dice to roll and see where it lands. Whatever. Life works if you let it work. So sometimes just let go and just let life do its thing. Another one is that God has your back. God has your back. God has got you. He has a track record. I will never stop saying this. God has your back, and He has shown you in the past that He has your back. So don't allow whatever it is that you're dealing with now or going through now to cloud your mind and your judgment such that you don't remember, who God is and that He has your back. Because you can't sleep. Sometimes you can actually just sleep knowing that you have a God that loves you and cares about you and has your back and has your best interest at heart, wants what is best for you better than you can even want for yourself. So instead of overthinking, just let go and let God. As cliche as that statement is, just let go and let God, because He has your back and He'll come through for you. Another one, I think two more actually. The first one, you are not your failures. Sometimes we're overthinking because we're so scared of failing. And you might fail. I'm not even going to say that don't overthink, you won't fail. You might fail. Failure is a part of human life. You might actually fail. But you're not your failures. The failure is something that happened to you. You're not your failures. Don't attach the failures to yourself and make it a reflection of who you are as a person, because that's not who you are. You failed. You're not a failure. And it's the same with wins as well. And I think it's because we so much attach who we are to our wins that we in turn attach who we are to our failure. If you tie your worth and your self-esteem and just everything that you are to the fact that you're good at certain things and you win at certain things, then surely if you one day fail at those things, you would then interpret that to mean that you are a failure. But you're not a failure. Your failures are things that happen, your wins are things that happen along the journey of your life, but they are not who you are. They're not where your inherent worth is tied to or attached to. So yeah, just let go of that notion that you are your failures or your wins, and I think it would allow you to stop overthinking as much. The last one, last but not the least, is that you are also not your opinion, the opinions of people. You're not their opinions. Their opinions exist in their minds. You know, sometimes the opinions are justified based off what they know and what they've experienced of you. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're inaccurate. But be that as it may, whether it's true, whether it's not, it is just an opinion that a third party has about you. It is not who you are. So decenter yourself from, you know, the opinions of people, the thoughts of people, your failures, your wins. Separate yourself from those things. I think a good exercise, and this is not something that I've really mastered, but I'm working on it, and it's that thing where when someone asks you, who are you? And you start to describe yourself as what you do. That's not who you are, that is what you do. So who are you? You know, I think that's a bit of a deviation anyways from the topic, but I think it's a good thing to try to learn as well, which is noise. Is a good thing to try to learn, which is separating yourself from what you do, from your failures, from your wins, from the opinions of people, and just finding who it is that you are as a person outside of all of those things. I think these things will help us to come to a place where we're not overthinking as much. First of all, you know, learn to use your voice, learn to ask for help. You know, what are the facts of the situation? Remember that God has got your back. Remember that life works. It's a system that is built to work, and it will work, you know, and all of those things. I'm making this video while still being someone that overthinks a lot, but I'm trying my best, and I hope that you also start to try your best, because overthinking is a waste of time, a waste of productive hours, a waste of your capacity. You could be doing so much more and so much better than spending all that time in your own head. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you learn to stop overthinking as much. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.